come in here and do, I'm just going to record this actually. I just wanted to come in here and do a quick presentation to you. Hopefully this takes 5 minutes to get you started, to get you grabbing hold of the momentum that is happening with Govvi right now, because I don't want you to miss what we have going on here. So, I know that a lot of people joined us in the month of June, first week in July. It's been an exciting time. I mean, in the first week of the company going live, we did over $1 million in sales. And in 33 days, we are just like drinking out of a fire hose. It's coming at us so quickly. But what I'm starting to hear, which is concerning me, is two things. Number one, people are saying, well, I can't really do this because I don't have my products, and I can't share something because I don't have my products yet. But I want to remind you, in a rebuttal to that, you joined without us having our products. Okay. So anybody who invited you to this opportunity, you joined because number one, you had belief in us, you had belief in the concept, and we were able to explain to you a belief in the business. So you joined because you borrowed our belief. And so I want you to think about doing the same thing for somebody else, because I promise you, the first person out of the gate here that talks to the most people is going to win a big, big prize, right? And so I just want you to really, really think about that it is time to move. Even if you don't have your tablets, it's time to move. Now, you can build belief. You absolutely can. And so I want to move to the next step, which is actually how to reach out to people. Because I'm starting to talk to people who might be new to this industry, or maybe they're new to the fuel tablet. They're just a little bit outside their comfort zone. And what they're sharing with me is that nobody seems to want this. Nobody is reaching out to me. Whoop, we got to flip this, and we have to think about reaching out to people, right? So I want to actually talk about, what does it mean every day to do this business? If you could invest an hour a day of your time in some daily habits, in some daily income producing activities that will result in an extra $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, maybe more dollars per month, would you take that hour to do that? I mean, how much time do you invest right now in your day job to make the money you make? Drop some comments for us. How many hours a day do you work at a job where you're kind of stuck into an earning bracket and you can't move out of it, right? Just take some time to think about that. Drop the comment, because I think what we have here is the opportunity for you to really change your financial future, change your family's financial future. So to do that, I'm going to share a screen with you, and I only have 2 slides on this screen. That's all it is. And I want you to really pay attention to what I have to say here. So I just need to go and grab the screen share. Here we go. And then I'm going to move it into the slideshow. All right. If you have an hour a day to really change your financial future, maybe your goal is, I want you to write down what your goal is. Okay. In fact, drop your goal in the comments. Be bold. Tell us what you want to make a month. Drop it in the comments. It's like a public declaration. And then I want you to really have belief in this, but it's not enough just to have belief. You actually need to move that goal into action. You got to take some action to do this. So this sheet right here, it's called a 60-minute daily tracker. And I actually do have it in a PDF version. I am going to upload it to this group. But I really want you to think about, I know there's a lot of details, about the 15-minute breakout of what you can do, but I'm going to focus on these 5 things here. Okay. So there's some key takeaways that I want you to pay attention to, because first one is called marketing. So you're creating some valuable posts in your different areas of social media. Not everybody's on the same kind or same platform. So I want you to think about that your social media post, while it is something you do, it's not doing the business. All right. It's just a piece of what you do daily. And the reason you're doing that is not just to hopefully have somebody reach back out to you. I had somebody say this morning, I've posted on Facebook and nobody got back to me. That's because you're not really doing the business. You do need to post on Facebook, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But what you really need to do is learn how to engage with people. And it is a conversation. It's not like sitting there, the wallflower at the dance, waiting for somebody to come and ask you to dance. You want to dance with somebody, you go out and you ask them, because you know what? They're going to get distracted and they're going to go dance with somebody else, and you're going to miss your opportunity. All right. So let's get a little bold, a little forward here, and let's ask the people to partner with us who we would like to do this business with. All right. All right. This is an important lesson. Doing a social media post is not doing the business. Okay. Also, how do you ask somebody to dance with you in this particular dance? How do you do that? Well, I want you to get started making 2 kinds of lists, and you need to do this. You need to either, if you're old style like me, get a book and fill it up with names. But there are so many apps that you can carry around right here. You have, 500. Most people have 500 to 700 contacts on their social media accounts. Many people have 2,000, 5,000 contacts. You also have phone numbers and texting. All right. Pick up the phone and call somebody. Okay. You need to be making a list. You also need to track who you talk to. Who do you message? Who do you call? You need to write it down, and you need to make a list of people who want to save money on fuel. People who want to save money on fuel is who you're talking to. You're talking to the whole world. So, but you need to break it down and talk to one person at a time. Okay. The other thing that I want you to think about is a second list of people who really need and want that second stream of income. When I first heard that Govvi was going to happen, I was so uncomfortable. I was so out of my element. I do not know about cars and trucks and fuel and all this kind of thing. So I started making a list, and I started talking to this guy who's retired. I mean, he's owned a business. He is a retired millionaire, and we had a really good conversation. He actually sold cars. He ran a dealership. This guy was so super successful. And I talked to him because I thought, this guy's going to love this. He knows all about cars. He liked the concept, but he basically came back to me and said, Rebecca, I'm lazy. I've made my millions. I really, honestly, I don't need the money or to have the desire to work that much. But he did give me some names of people who might be interested in what I want to talk to them about. And he just gave me a yes, no. Did I get mad at him? Not a chance. I was like, wow, we had a really good visit, got to know you, got some contacts through you. Of course, that was great. But it's not an insult to me that he didn't want to do this business. He was just right up front honest. Wasn't his thing. Move on. Okay. But make the list. If you don't make the list and track the names of the people, then you're going to miss them. You're going to lose somebody. You're going to not leverage everything that you can. Right. So when you make that list, you do have to reach out to them. It's you to them. So that's where we get caught in, well, I made a post on social media and nobody reached out to me. Nobody needs this. That is so not true. That is such a cop-out. You need to, if somebody is engaging with you on your post on social media, their name goes on the list and you reach out to them. Hey, thanks for interacting with my post. Are you interested in saving money on your fuel bill? That's where I'd leave it. I wouldn't go any further than that. See what they say. Because you know what? I don't think there's a person in the world that's going to say, no, I don't need to save money on my fuel bill. They all need that. So make sure that you're making the list and then you're taking it to the next step and you're reaching out to them. And as I said, track everything. So if you have a little black book, that's great. But there are so many apps that can go on here that are super cool and super slick. And I'm learning one, just, because you can take it anywhere with you. I mean, I choose a small book because it fits in my purse, but it does get messy. Whereas the app can help you do more than just track people. So that brings me back to the tracker, the 60-minute tracker on the left side of my screen. It's going to talk about adding and tagging and messaging. I actually message, add, tag. I know that's an old title there. I message people, I call them, I text them, and then I invite them to the testimony group, the Govvi experience, and then I tag them in some posts. I usually tag them in Dr. Saleha's interview, a vehicle that relates to their experience. I do want to find out what they're driving and what their driving patterns are, and then I want to tag them in a post that's relevant to them. Okay, and so you just go through that and you follow through. Oh, look at number 5 says follow up. Spend 15 minutes a day following up with people who kind of said, yeah, maybe I will. They've gone into the group. Even if they purchase, hey, how's it going? Have you used it yet? Are you tracking your mileage now before you use the tablet as well as after? Make sure that they're actually tracking their mileage, because some people are kind of lazy. Like I can be, I get busy and don't always track. Okay. And you just want to check in with the people in the 3-way chats that you set up. Oh, I said 3-way chats. We're going to talk about that at the bottom of this tracker. So you're going to expand your engagement network, and then you're also going to move to third-party validation. I promise you, if you are not using third-party validation, you are probably cutting your sales in half by 50%, if not more, because the burden of proof is landing on your shoulders, and they're never going to see the full vision of the company if you keep it to yourself. Further to that, a lot of family and friends don't want to listen to their family member or their close friend necessarily. Sometimes they'll have open ears, but they won't follow through all the way. And sometimes they just won't, because you brought up the idea, they're not going to listen. It's weird that way, I know, but that happens. So third-party validation can be the Zoom opportunity. It can be 3-way chats. It can be through a phone call. Now, there is one more thing that I want to share with you before I end today. When you make that social media post, please do not make your social media page a Govvi advertisement. Don't share the company name. Don't share the fuel catalyst. Don't share the science of it. Why? Because you'll have nothing left to talk to them about, and they're just going to go Google every tidbit that you drop there. So create mystery, create success, create enticement, engagement, but do not give everything away on the first date. Okay, when you ask somebody to dance, just don't give it all away. Let's create some mystery here, guys. Let's get them coming back and asking you for more. So this is from Roman. He is Polish, Ukrainian, living in Turkey. I'm sorry, Roman. I just thought I'd grab you because you are a very influential leader. He's a significant leader, signing up with Lance Conrad Burke Green and Angel Rodriguez. He's signed into their organization, very influential person, opening up Poland. And this is his beautiful wife. And I saw their story today and I thought, this is awesome. It's got nothing to do with Govvi, with fuel tablets, you name it. So his beautiful wife says, say you have a husband without saying you have a husband. And then she does this funny little thing where she goes into the fridge and she pulls out, what she's waving there around is an empty meat packet. You know, those kinds where you rip off the top, grab out sliced meat, rip it, glue it back down, put it in your fridge, except this one's empty. And I just laughed and laughed and laughed. Of course, I'm married. I have 4 children, 3 of whom are grown boys. They are men. I have seen this behavior before. It made me giggle. I stopped and I paused and I wanted to read to the end of her post. This is a highly engaging story. Okay, so if we go back a little bit here, it talks about what you should do in your stories and what you should do in your posts. Ask your upline for some direction on this if you're a little bit lost when it comes to social media. But this is awesome. This is fantastic, right? You can do so much engagement on social media to create. What is your goal? Your goal is to create know, like, and trust, so that when it comes to the time where you do share something about fuel mileage, saving money, making more money, again, not a Govvi advertisement, right? This is not what we're advertising, all right? But when you create know, like, and trust, you kind of feel like an invitation into Roman and his wife's lives here. This is a little quick clip that's funny. And who can't relate to this clip? Everybody can. So it's a super powerful story to share, and it creates know, like, and trust. People are going to see her face and feel like they're getting to know Roman and his wife a little bit. It's kind of like that jab, jab, punch. And then down the line, Roman's probably going to share, how to make more money or how to save on fuel, but he's going to just drop tidbits. He's going to drip on people and they're going to go, how? Because they feel like they know, like, and trust, and they want to be like this couple. So your social media accounts, here we go, are not billboards for Govvi. They are a billboard for you. So you have to feel, what am I comfortable sharing on social media? You want to create value. You want to create humor, your real life. Just keep it within the boundaries you're comfortable with. Solutions to problems. Get your niche. What is your niche? Before, my niche is changing. Before this, I was this super busy mom of 4 kids who they all played elite hockey, and I was like hitting the hockey road, the hockey bus nonstop. Well, I'm in transition to a new lifestyle because I have 3 adult children now moving out of the home and just 1 left. So, life changes. My niche is going to change as well. And that's okay. You know what it is? It's another area where I can engage with new groups of people, right? So go back to your life. Think about all the places you've been involved in, whether it's book clubs or school programs or your jobs, your college, your university, your churches. Just think of where you've spent time and reconnect with those people, draw them into your social media, get social, get interacting with them, and grow your list, people, because the list is where the money is. And do the steps that are shared in this tracker. I'm going to put it up in the group right away, and let's get started. All right. This is how we get started. This is how we get excited. This is how we build momentum. And as people are going, yeah, I'm kind of open to that, follow the process. So you've messaged them, you've been added them to the group, you've tagged them in some posts, and they're saying, how do I get this? Stop, don't overshare, bring them to the call, bring them to the 3-way chat, bring them to a phone call. Make sure that you are using the tools, because you will be much, much more successful. And then what we can do is we can move to a launch party to get you and your next business partners launched. And what that means, if you're sitting there with 5 business partners right now and they all bring 2 people, you're going to jump to 15 business partners in your organization. If we can repeat this process weekly, your organization is going to explode, and you're going to make a lot of money here at Income, and at Govvi, and you're going to save a lot of people income on their fuel bills. That's all I have to share with you today. Please reach out to your leader, to your closest superstar, rock star, somebody who you think could really help you through this process, and let's get you started building your organization with Govvi today.